This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association, your source for the latest Iowa ag news headlines right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, Mark Magnuson, and Andy Peterson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Riley.
Good day and welcome to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, reporting from Commodity Classic in Denver, Colorado. As you can see, the beautiful Rocky Mountains here right behind me. I'm Riley Smith, so glad you could join us for today's show. In today's episode, I talked with the folks at Meristem about what they've brought here to the show for producers to see. We'll also have a check of the closing markets with the folks from agmarket.net. But first, here's that conversation with Meristem. Shane Brockoff of Meristem, and big thing you guys have going on here today, of course, right behind us, pictured, is MaxStax, the planter box treatment. Give us a little bit of background on MaxStax and how exactly it helps out that crop at plant.
Yeah, absolutely. So MaxStax is really a blend of our offensive hopper throttle components, which a lot of people have used and are used to, along with a bunch of new EPA-registered biodefense mechanisms put into one very simple delivery system. But basically what it is, a fluency agent, so farmers put talcum graphite on their seed, so that's the base material. And then the biocapsules on top really house all that living biology, all our biodefense mechanisms, our nutrient mobilizers, our biostimulants, all in one simple package.
So what's the main benefit? I'm sure, like you said, there's simplicity, but what's the main benefits of getting this on at planting?
Yeah, I mean, so the biggest benefit is the biocapsule, right? So a lot of this biological market, it's been very difficult to keep some of the more finicky biologicals alive. And those are the ones that typically show the most power and benefit if you're controlling the pest or stimulating the roots. So if you can keep the biology alive, that's the whole goal. So that's what the biocapsule involves. But so really deploying those biocaps real time right when you're getting ready to plant has been a game changer in the biological industry. But really what this is, it's a starter system. Plus it's a finisher. And then you have all the biodefense built into it to take a lot of costs out for the farmer. You know, if you're putting insecticide on your planter in furrow, you can pull that out and use the GuardX technology for corn root suppression, for example. Or in furrow 2x2 fungicides, you know, you can pull that cost out and use now the biological concepts through MaxStax.
So this year we're looking at potentially enhanced insect pressure. As always, we're looking at weather issues, drought, right. You name it. How is this going to help to make sure that that seed, when it's planted, is ready to go and can maybe even get a head start to keep those things from becoming an issue in the first place?
Yeah, I mean, the roots of the plant are the brains of the plant. You start off with a strong root early on, you protect it throughout the season, you're going to have a healthier plant, healthier crowns, healthier roots. So it really builds just an overall factory that's going to optimize your yield potential.
And you mentioned as well, of course, with this being a planter box treatment, very easy to apply, right?
Oh, super easy. Yeah, most farmers, almost everybody puts fluency agent or talcum graphite blend on their seed. It's the same process. You just puncture the biocapsules, spend about 30 seconds shaking up the pail, and you apply it just like you would your talcum graphite today.
Right, Shane, lots of great information. For anyone who would like to get in touch with Meristem and learn more about MaxStax, how can they do that?
Yeah, you can just go to meristemag.com, and all of our information's on there. We have a full list of all our dealers, plus a lot of our employee contact information's on there as well.
All right, Shane, thanks for the information, and enjoy the rest of Commodity Classic.
All right, thank you.
Thanks again to the folks at Meristem and the Iowa Corn Growers Association for supporting our coverage of Commodity Classic. We'll take a look at the closing markets next, but first, here's a word from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association and the Soy Checkoff.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. Time now to take a look at the closing markets with Kenan Layden of agmarket.net here in person from Denver, Colorado. Kenan, it's been a pretty, no news today or anything for the grain markets. So how are the grains looking with that tariff news?
Yeah, so grain sold off hard this morning and yesterday with the tariff news and the implementation of those tariffs. China, put on some retaliatory tariffs here within the last 24 hours. Canada said they're going to respond with some within the next 21 days or so, they're going to put on some, substantial tariffs. But, markets sold off again hard today, but clawed their way back throughout the trading session. Cattle actually closed up on the day, which was awesome to see after a big $4 sell-off this morning. And, grains were able to claw back a little. That front month corn contract was about 8-9 cents off of its lows, and equities and NASDAQ actually was up from its big negative sell-off this morning. So maybe just some overselling in the markets and some uncertainty on what's going to happen here. Is there more news? What's going to happen with these tariffs? And we'll just have to, no one knows the answer to those questions. So the market will react, and money seems to be flowing out of the market.
And I know nobody could have exactly predicted how the markets would react today, but there's a pretty good guess that once that tariff news did come through, there'd be an adverse reaction. And moving forward, that volatility is probably going to stay the story, as like you said, we don't really know what's going to happen with those tariffs.
Yeah, so markets probably will continue to be volatile. There's a lot of unknown risk and uncertainty in these markets, and I think that's something that you're going to see some, just increased volatility numbers within the market, and just some uncertainty maybe with people marketing too, because we just don't know what those fundamentals. So State of the Unions tonight, and don't know exactly what's going to be announced. So markets may be up and down here, So on the good news of that, if you look at the U.S. balance sheet and soybeans, soybeans could be a little tighter with the increased corn acreage. Corn acres may continue to weigh on this market, but if we can continue exporting, which is up in the air with these tariffs, that corn market has been supported on that here.
And you mentioned already the cattle a little bit, but as a whole, how was that livestock marketplace looking today?
Yeah, kind of mixed there. So, China put in tariffs on the imports of beef, but we also get tariffs on Mexico and reciprocal tariffs. There's less cattle coming into the country. So market was a little undecided, and cash kind of remains strong in that market. Lives are trading just shy of that 200 number, and the feeder cattle index, has been fairly supported. Talked to some guys selling up north, and cash seems to remain strong there. So that should be something that, as long as cash doesn't fall, those front months should stay supported, and everyone knows about the fundamental tightness in those cattle markets.
All right, Kenan, sorry about that. Lots of great information today, Kenan. For anyone who'd like to get in touch with agmarket.net, how can they do that?
Yeah, check us out on the web at agmarket.net and look for a broker in your area.
All right, Kenan, great analysis as always. We'll see you virtually next time, but hope to talk to you again soon.
Yeah, good to see you, Riley.
That again was Kenan Layden of agmarket.net. We'll take a look at how the numbers close through the market window at iowaagnet.com. May corn down 4 3/4 at 451.5. May soybeans down 12.5 at 9.99 even. May soybean meal down 4.50 at 293.50. Soybean oil down 65 cents at 42.84. Chicago wheat down 11 even at 5.36 3/4. Kansas City hard red wheat down 13.5 at 5.48.5. Minneapolis spring wheat down 9.5 at 5.81 3/4. May oats up 21 1/4 at 3.85 3/4. On the Merc, April live cattle up 2.40 at 194.65. March feeders down 17 cents at 273.85. April lean hogs down $1.35 at 82.35. April pork cutout went unchanged at 96.80. And March class 3 milk down 37 cents at 18.17. And that's been a check of the markets here on Ag Matters PM. That also brings us to the end of today's episode. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. Also follow us on social media at Facebook, X, LinkedIn, and TikTok, and find our video content as well as previous episodes of AM/PM on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to see when those videos go live. Check out as well our free morning, midday, and closing market podcasts, as well as the Iowa Ag Matters podcast and Pods of Potential. You can find those on your favorite podcasting service at Apple, Amazon, Spotify, and Podbean, or again on our website at iowaagnet.com under the podcast tab. From Denver, Colorado at Commodity Classic, I'm Riley Smith. On behalf of the IARN broadcasting crew, we thank you for joining us today. This has been Ag Matters PM.